Corner Boxing. We're in the game.
Yes, guys, and a very good welcome to Red Corner Boxing. You're jamming Mr. Neutral as always, and we have got Jack the Punk Kid Hughes joining us. And now he's got a special thing to talk about, mate, about how fighters are threat in the boxing world. This is live, this is uncut, this is raw, and Jack's going to tell you the story very soon. But just before we get into that, just going to say we're proudly sponsored by EasyStories.com, your place to go for all your stories needs across the United Kingdom. And of course, our apparel suppliers, the Boxing Fight Zone. Check them out at boxingfightzone.com. Right then, Mr. Neutral, Jack Hughes, let's get into it. So you had a fight, mate, against Gil Agahadi, Germany, 22nd of November. You paid for all your camp. You got everything ready. You were ready for a big Dazn show. It was all set to be a big breakout fight for the Punk Kid. And then you get mugged off. Why was this? How do you feel? What happened, brother?
Well, mate, the last 9 months in boxing has been the worst 9 months I think I've ever had to go through in it with boxing and in life in general. It's probably been the worst year of my life. But you know, there was a lot of madness that happened at the start of the year, which is why I ended up leaving my promoter in the beginning. Like, he wasn't booking accommodation for me. He was changing the weights left, right, and center. For some reason, he had a real problem with me fighting at my actual weight, which I never understood and never have gotten to the bottom to. But yeah, he was doing me over at weigh-ins. He was as I said, doing me over with the accommodation for fights and changing the weights on me like day before the weigh-ins, or I literally found out on the day of the weigh-in sometimes. I actually heard, and I don't know how true this is or not, but I actually heard he'd done me out of a couple grand for certain fights as well.
What?
And after everything I've kind of already knew about him, that wouldn't shock me at all if that was the case. But is what it is. I've left him now. I've kind of said my piece with him. He did apologize, but at the same time, it doesn't really make up for what he did anyway.
Did he pay you back some capital?
No, because I only found this out like literally about a week ago.
Then he ain't done shit.
Yeah, and as I said, I'm not sure if he did or not. I've just heard from a very good source that he did, but is what it is. That is boxing, unfortunately. But yeah, so then we move on to, you know, the situation I'm kind of in now. And it was like, after I left him, I wanted to venture out anyway. The whole reason I came back to boxing was to fight abroad and that. So, and he did promise me this, but again, he just fell short on his promise again anyway. So I was looking at, you know, a couple people that I know, and I'd seen how they have got out and fought abroad and so on and so forth. So I messaged one of my friends who had, I think, 5 fights now he's had abroad, all in different countries. And I was just like, you know, mate, like, how are you doing this? Like, fill me in. This is something I want to be involved in. And he then set me up with a guy who's an absolute scumbag called Tommy Murray. Is that his name? How you pronounce it, Jan?
Tommy Murray, from
Tommy
Bury.
Murray.
Tommy Murray from Bury,
Yeah,
right, scumbag. Right,
let's see a picture of him.
Yeah, we can put a picture up of this clown right now, mate. Yeah, this is the clown.
Yeah, it's a scumbag.
This is the absolute bell end.
So this is the guy that was recommended to you after you left your first promoter. So you've gone from the frying pan into the boiling pot with this fella here.
Pretty much.
With a fucking con man.
Just when you thought that you were going to get a fresh start, you're going to get a better deal, nobody's going to muck you about with weigh-ins and weights and changing this, changing that.
Big fight on the zone, promised the world, travelling to Germany. You probably planned your whole life around it. You had to sort your kids out, your missus out. You know what I mean? Everything you had to put in place. And then this clown goes and mugs you off. The fury inside of me is bad, so I can't imagine what you felt, Jack.
Yeah.
But let's go back to when the initial contact come about.
Who put you in touch with this clown? Who put you in touch with him?
Who put you in touch, and what did he promise you?
Yeah, so it was my friend To be honest, I don't really want to mention my friend's name because it's not his
Just
fault, and
say
I
your
don't know if
friend.
any,
It's
yeah,
just your
I don't know
friend.
if anything could ever come back to him, so I don't want to, put any badness on
No,
him.
that's
But
fair, bro. That's fair.
yeah, so like to be honest, he actually did well. I say he did. There's a story to this as well, but he actually did really well by my friend. So my friend got a fight in Italy. He had 2 fights in Thailand. He had a fight in the Netherlands, and then he had a fight in America. And off the back of the American fight, he actually ended up getting signed by a promoter out in America. But in his last fight in the Netherlands, he also stole money off my friend as well. So and
Ah,
then they stopped the contact after that, and then yeah. So this guy's a scumbag. He's
Blimey.
stolen money off loads of people. So initially, yeah, as I said, I got in contact with my friend, spoke to him, and he seemed like all right at first. He'd call me, he'd ask me how I was, he'd check up on me, like kind of what a good promoter or well matchmaker should do anyway. And he was actually offering me loads of fights in America at at my weight for good money as well. And I was at this time I was megally heavy, like I always seem to do anyway. But yeah, so I
yeah.
couldn't take the fights, like, and some of them were good opportunities on good cards. So in my head, I'm thinking this guy's legit. Like he's gonna get me good money. He's gonna get me good fights. Like there was almost a point in my life where he was offering me so many fights for money. I was like, I could actually become a full-time boxer. All I need to do is get my weight down. So went on this journey of trying to sort my weight out. And as I'm on this journey, he's called me up one day and he said, how would you like to live in America, in Boston, for like 6, 10 months? Yeah. So I'm like, if you know me and know my background, I'm like, obviously I wear the American headband and that,
Yeah,
like,
yeah. Always,
yeah,
and you've always
America,
said USA is your place. You
yeah,
know, that's
that's
where
my
you want to fight the
place. Like,
most. I always
yeah,
remember
so
that. First
That
time I met
so
you, mate, you told me that. You know,
yeah.
USA is
that
where you want to fight.
yeah. So that's an ambition all rolled into
A
one
dream,
package.
even a
Yeah.
dream. Like, it's literally like the epiphany. I want to fight America. Jack's
Yeah.
always said it since the day I first spoke to you. You've always
Mm.
said it.
So
So what happened
this,
next?
yeah, so I was like, wow. So within like 20 seconds of him offering me this, I've already said yeah. And
Yeah.
oh, but don't you have a wife and kids? I was like, forget about them. I was like, no,
Mrs.
because
Hughes,
obviously,
don't keep watching. Click
They'll
out
be
in
yeah,
all
a
yeah,
right.
second. You know
They'll
what I
be
mean?
fine. They'll be fine. Carry
yeah.
on.
Mrs. Punk Lady, don't watch. You know, Jack's made his mind up. You're done. You're dragging your bags across the
That's
pond.
Nothing
it.
to
That's
see
it.
here. Move on.
But me and my wife, like, without getting too much into our story, we don't live together anyway. So like, it wouldn't have been like I was just packing my bags and leaving them. But
Yeah.
yeah. So I was like, yeah, this is everything I've ever dreamed of, and not only that, I can actually make really good money for my family from doing this anyway. So I was like, yeah. And then, so every time after this conversation, I was like messaging him about it, like, oh, what do I need? What, like, where would I be living? Like, so on and so forth. And he kind of, every time I spoke to him about it, he just did not acknowledge it, right? So I'm just like, what's going on here? And this kind of went on for 3 months, and I basically planned my whole life around this, yeah.
Mm.
And the guy vanished, like, oh, literally vanished off the face of the earth for like 2 weeks, yeah. And again, like, I've paid this guy for license, everything, and there were a couple fights that he was meant to be sorting out before this whole American trip as well. So I'm there for this 2 weeks, like, what's going on? Like, and I'm looking on Facebook for all the people that are involved with this Boston move, like everything. And I was speaking to some people who were just idiots, and then I was speaking to some people who were trying to help, and like so on and so forth. And then out of nowhere, 2 weeks later, he's just come back out onto the scene, talking me, offering me fights. Like, I was like, "Where have you been?" And he was giving me this thing about like his kid is he's having a kid, he's this that, which was true to be fair. So I gave him the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
Um, and then, so then I was like, so what's going on with Boston? Is Boston still happening? He was like, yeah, yeah, it's still happening. Don't worry about it. So as soon as we hung up the phone, I messaged him straight away, like, oh, like about Boston, like this, and this. Again, he's just not replying to the messages. Yeah, he would not reply for about a week or two, and then come back and then act like he was my best friend in the world, but kind of would never really tell me anything about Boston, right? So this was after 3 months now, yeah, of me planning my whole life around this move to America. One day, I was just like, do you know what? forget it. Like, I'm not going there now, no matter what happens. And like, I just called my wife, and I was like, listen, I've made a big decision. I'm not gonna go to Boston. Like, let's actually plan our life together for once. I can't keep putting our life on hold for boxing and all that. Out of nowhere, yeah, 20 minutes later, this prick has called me and told me everything I've wanted to know about Boston, yeah. I don't know. I just couldn't believe this was
The
happening, right?
timing.
And
God's
then,
law, man.
yeah. And then, like, he's told me, he's like, I've got you a fight in a week. And he's like, you're going to fly out. When you fly out, you're not coming back, yeah. In my head, I was like, right, I'm not doing it because I've already just told my missus, like, I'm not doing it. But I was like, who have you got me? And he's like, I've got you this super featherweight. So for anyone that doesn't know, this is 6 weights bigger than what I fight at, yeah? Is I've got you this super featherweight who's shit, like, and then we're gonna fly you out to thingy. I was like, mate, I'm not fighting at super featherweight. And he was like, no, mate, he's like, don't worry. He's like, the guy's not this, he's not that. And I was like, in my head, I'm like, I'm not doing it. But I was like, send me his box rec, let me have a look at him. 15 fights, 13 knockouts, yeah.
God,
Only lost twice to like super high level people, right? I was like, fuck off, yeah.
Crazy.
Like,
he's
I
setting
just
me
told
up.
him straight away.
And
I
it's
was like, mate,
£130. And what are you, like 118?
yeah, 118, 115, yeah. So
Yeah.
like, I was like, mate, no, no bloody way, yeah.
No,
Like, and I kind of like cancelled all his plans on him. I was like, listen, this is what I'm going to do for the end of this year, and I was like, and I'm not doing anything else. So like, kind of putting him in a position where it was
yeah,
like, you either work with me or you don't. And he was just like, all right, cool, like yada yada yada. So because I was let down by my previous promoter, and this guy kept letting me down, and everything that we were trying to do together kept falling through. I was like, you know what? I'm taking this into my own hands for once, and like, I ended up messaging promoters that I knew abroad and sorted like the fight I was meant to have with
yeah,
what's his name? You know his
Dill,
name,
Haddy.
Jan.
Haddy.
Yeah,
Dill.
Paddy. But I sorted this all out myself. So I funded my flights, I funded my accommodation. Like, luckily enough, I didn't need to pay anything for the house fee. Like, I messaged the promoter myself, like, did everything myself for this, yeah.
Yeah,
And this guy like messaged me like, "Oh, mate, just so you know, if you do anything without me," he was like, "you have to pay this like £40 like commission fee because I have to work out paperwork for the Ohio State, like all this crap, yeah." And I was like, okay. And he actually told me the first time would be free, and then literally 2 minutes later went back on it. But because I was, in a sense, being very naive here, thinking I'd struck gold with this guy, I wanted to keep him happy. So I was just like, cool, it's 40 quid. I don't really care. Like, so I just paid the 40 quid to him. And then when the fight fell through the first time, I then needed to like, I wanted to know if the permission form that I had would have been valid for January, or do I need a new one? Because obviously it's still got all the old dates on it, right?
Mm.
So I've messaged again. I haven't heard from this guy in like 2 weeks again. Yeah. So I was like, well, he's got to reply to this because he's going to be making money off of it if I need a new one. So I just messaged him like, hello, mate, like this form, like, do I need a new one? So on and so forth. Lo and behold, I didn't get a message back. Yeah, so I'm like, look, I'm not waiting around for this guy. Like, I have a life and I have a career that I need to get on with. So I'm
mm,
then got in contact with the board of Ohio, who this guy works through, and I was like, this is my form. All I need to know is this form valid for January, or do I need a new one? And if I need a new one, can you tell me how we go about doing this? Yeah. The email I got back was just kind of like, where did, like, out of interest, who gave you this form? Obviously, question mark. Yeah. So I'm like, well, my matchmaker, Thomas, like, he said that you guys are kind of pally, like, so on and so forth. I then got another email back, which was like an essay long saying, mate, I've never seen this form in my life. It's got my name on it. It's got my signature on it. It's got all the things from the board of Ohio. He's like, I want to know where you got this from because your matchmaker's committing fraud. He's like, I've never spoken to the guy, like, so on and so forth. I'm just sitting there looking at this email now, like, what the fuck is
You're
going
being
on with my
robbed,
Incredulous.
bro.
life?
You're being
Yeah, like,
took by an
oh,
Ohioan master. You know what I mean? He's just
yeah,
literally conning you. He's literally a con man. He's a con man.
he's a con man. And then, so then I just messaged the guy back, like, mate, like, super sorry to hear this. I was like, first of all, like, this has nothing to do with me. I'm just as much of a victim here as you. I was like, any help you need, like, just reach out to me. You got my email, you got my number. And I was like, just to seriously clear my name here, I was like, look, like, I know you've kind of said if I don't contact you back, you're going to get in contact with the authorities and all this. So I was like, listen, I was like, do you really think if I frauded your name, your signature, that I hire board, I would then message you to then go and sort
And
out
tell
all
you
the things
about
I'm
it, like.
frauding? I was like, come on now, like let's just be smart for a second here.
Yeah,
So
use your head.
yeah,
Americans
so
don't know how Brits work, mate. You know what I mean?
yeah,
They
yeah,
think we're like them. We're not like you, bruv. We're not like
yeah,
Americans, mate. We don't do that. We don't go and snitch. We literally
Yeah.
we'll find it in blood, mate. We'll find you in the street. Don't worry
So,
about that.
so
You know
the
what I mean?
alarm bells must have been going off in your head at this point.
Con
It's
man
quite.
extraordinaire from
It's
Ohio.
yeah. It's quite clear that there's an attempt to defraud you on the other side of the world.
And not
You
just
know.
Jack as well, Jack and his family. That's the worst part.
Yeah.
Like making you saying you're gonna move there, promising you
yeah,
the dreams, like
Yes.
promising the world,
Yes.
everything you've dreamed of. They're making you believe it's a reality, and they're just
mm-hmm,
ripping the rug from under you. It's like
yeah,
they're deliberately trying to like
How?
undermine and just wreck your dreams. You know what I mean?
mm-hmm,
It's a nasty
Yeah.
piece of work. I couldn't think
I'm
of much worse, to be quite honest.
I'm trying to gauge the motives of the man.
mm.
Now
Money,
at
money,
that
money, money,
point,
money. That's all they
is
ever
is
care
it
about. Comment.
how did you reconcile the fact with yourself that the fact that this was starting to look stark and obvious that you were being misled?
To be honest, mate, I was just fuming about it for ages, like, because at this point, as you guys probably know anyway, but anyone that's watching, if you just go on my Insta, you can check out all the crap that's actually happened in my life in the last couple of weeks and months and so on. Like,
Yeah.
so I just had like so much rage inside of me at this time, and like, literally was just I would have done anything to find out where this guy lived and just
So
gone
you
and like
It
lost
was
smashed
a
it.
him.
side that you had never seen,
You've
Jack. It was
lost
a
it.
Yeah,
side that you had never seen. You were
This
always so
motherfucker.
nice, so forthcoming, so
Yeah.
lovely, friendly.
mm,
You were angry for a few weeks, bro, weren't you?
yeah, I was, mate. I was like
Yeah.
seriously
Yeah.
angry and like.
You
There
would
was
have
none of
done
them
them.
calendar openings, none of that nice family stuff. You were literally on
No.
one, mate.
No.
You was aggressive, you was angry.
But
The
look,
punk kid had turned into the punk monster.
exactly. Because
You know what I
just
mean? And rightly so as well.
tell the guys out there the mental effects of what happened on you and actually what trouble you got into
And what
briefly.
it cost
Yeah,
you
like
and what you went through. Like what it cost you,
Yeah.
literally, emotionally and financially. What did it cost you?
mm,
Like it must have been a lot of money for all that
yeah, it
planning,
was.
for all that,
Mm,
everything you've booked, hotels, sparring teams, the whole shebang.
mm.
It must have been a lot. You
Thousands.
must have been out of pocket by a grand or two at least.
Yeah, easily because the first, like straight off the license was £100 that I paid him for, and then, which I don't even know if I'm licensed in Ohio or
That's
not.
another thing. Yeah.
Yeah,
Probably not. Probably not.
yeah,
I'd say,
probably
Jack.
not.
I'd
And
say
then,
probably
and then
not.
like, and then obviously the commission form was 40 quid on top of that. And then every month, I train. That's £80 for my gym that I'm training at, and I was training for months for this guy, like trying to get fights and so on and so forth. Like then there's your new nutritionist, which is like £300 every camp you go into, and there was a lot of camps, there was a lot of cancellations, there were a lot of things falling through. So I would say
Add
maybe
them up.
3-4 grand I was out of pocket on
Bloody
when it
hell.
all weighs up like everything.
So
And that's
And
then
a lot to
then
a family man like yourself with a
mm,
missus
no,
and
but
you know
look,
what I mean? People that rely on you. That's a lot of
the
money, man.
man the man has played with your emotions, with your
Play with your
your
family, he's played with your
family's
heart,
emotions.
your
Uh
dreams, your boxing dream of fighting in the US.
I can only imagine
I'd be out for
the
blood.
the rage
I'd be out for blood.
content
mm,
going on in your mind about afterwards. And it's little wonder that you had a skirmish with the police and
mm,
and a bit of trouble domestically. Now, I hope everything is in a better place for you moving forward from from this point. I suppose the biggest question that we can ask you at this point is, what's the biggest lesson that you've learnt from this last year?
To be honest, as sad as it sounds, it's actually not to trust people, especially people in boxing. Because that's my biggest kind of letdown. I'm so trusting to people. Like, I just believe that there's good in everyone, which there really isn't.
It's
And
because you're wholesome, Jack. It's because you're a
yeah.
wholesome person. You're a God-fearing man. You're a nice guy, and that's a good thing. But people will use that against you, and
Mm-hmm.
that's
But
the problem.
ripping
I
off
get
a
the same thing,
boxer?
mate. I get the same
Is he
thing.
mad?
I'm too kind for my own good, and people try and take the mick out of you because
Mm-hmm.
of it.
True.
At the end of the day,
Mm-hmm.
people's goodness should be celebrated, not
Yeah.
abused.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
I
That's
don't
it.
know, man. I mean, I probably would have got myself
Oh,
into hell
neutral.
of
We know what
trouble.
you're about, mate. You know, you're a cranky fucker. You like to fight with people and argue, and you'll fight to the hilt. Whereas me and Jack are more like caring, loving souls. You know what I'm saying? We
That's
try to
an
help
eg-
everyone when we can.
that's an
You just want to fight every
egregious
fucker. That's your problem.
that's an egregious accusation, young man, and I'll be seeing you afterwards. No,
I will be
it's
seeing you in Saturday in Derby, my brother.
we can't wait for that, can we, mate? Yes, we're gonna
Go on,
get
Alan
together.
Graves. Let's go, Alan
A
Graves.
couple of pints, got some work to do at the same time. But I mean, Jack, pure rage aside, um, let's look at picking up the pieces here. Now, what have we got next for Jack Hughes as far as your boxing career is concerned, whilst trying to balance personal life at the same time?
So, I'm still planning on boxing, so nothing's changed on that end. But I will be moving soon up north to Scotland, as some people know, some people don't. And
Going to his homeland. You're going to
Alibi,
neutral's
alibi, brat,
homeland.
alibi,
Fucking,
brat.
don't tell me it's
Come
St
on,
Mirren. Don't tell me it's St Mirren.
Scotland forever.
He'll be doing cartwheels out the fucking stadium. You know what I
And
mean?
you're welcome anyway in Paisley, son. Don't you worry about that.
Very nice
You
of I
know,
appreciate it.
we'll give you the
So
keys
yeah,
to the tin.
moving down there. So I'm down south, like right on the borders. I've been told apparently there's not many good boxing gyms down south, but there is one that I'm looking at. That obviously is not. This is all just kind of, you know, trying to think of a word I'm looking for, but nothing's like official or finalized. Like I'm potentially looking at a gym in Edinburgh that looks really good. It's the one I was recommended, but again, it's all about working out how long it's going to take me to get there, how much time I'm going to have when I'm home, and so on and so forth. So I just need to see how life works out for me in Scotland first of all, and then I've had a couple matchmakers and promoters come to me saying that they want to work with me and so on, which is
Real ones
nice.
this time, though, Jack.
Yeah, real ones this time. I've checked that they're all on BoxRec, so they're
Good
official.
man,
So
good
yeah,
man.
yeah,
Make sure they're real, man. Fucking
yeah,
no
they are
more of
all
these
Lessons
real.
clowns
learned.
like Thomas Murray. Fuck that guy, you know
Le-
what I mean?
lessons
We
have
don't want
been
no
learned.
more of them clowns sneaking
Yeah,
into your work, man. You know what I mean? You've only got a few years left, Jack. You know what I mean? You're a good fighter. You
that's
give
it.
your life to boxing. You've got a
Hmm.
family to provide for. You don't need these fucking mugs taking money out of your family's pocket. You know what I'm saying?
That's it. That's it. So yeah, I've had a couple of them message me, and there's one that I've been speaking to, which I kind of really like. Just like talking to him, like the sound of him, like what he's offering me. So I think I'm going to go with him. And yeah, but as I said, because of everything that's gone on, like the guy really messed me up, like financially. And at the moment, I'm very very heavy, like I'm well above my weight. So I've got to financially sort my me and my family out first, and then I've got to get my weight off. So I reckon this is absolute best case, which is kind of in my head. I don't think it's going to happen, but best case, I would be back in the ring probably like middle of next year. But I
Okay.
reckon potentially it's going to probably be more of the back end of the year, or maybe even 2027. So it all depends, because as I was saying, I've got a lot I need to sort out, and hopefully everything just falls into place with me, and I can get in there like middle of next year, hopefully.
Yeah, that'd be ideal, mate. That'd be ideal. Do you still have that dream of fighting in America, or has this horrible situation tarnished that dream? Or is that still what you want as the punk kid, as Jack Hughes? Do you still want to get over there and do it in America and show them
Of
cookies what we
course
do?
he does.
Of course I do, mate.
Yeah, but I have to ask. I
100%.
have to ask, mate. It's what people ask me to ask. I have to ask. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Mr. Neutral's the interviewer, the commentator. I'm the guy who reads all the chat all day and have to come and tell you about it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So
Right.
I got asked about 6 people asked me. Asked Jack if he still wants to fight in America. So
Yeah. Of course, man. That's my that I feel like there's always been a part of me inside that should have been born in America. I should have been born and raised in America. I just know it's my place. So yeah, the dream's still to fight there. But
you have got
even
that
just
flair. Woo!
yeah, exactly. Even just a fight abroad would still be a dream, which I'm hoping anyway. I don't think well, probably know that I'll never fight in the UK ever again. So got to make the most of
Okay.
trying to fight abroad now. And yeah, I think as I said, the guy I'm speaking to, he's offered me like a good. It seems like a good plan and plan I'm looking forward to like starting to put into tuition and it will come true.
That's
Excellent.
awesome, man. That's awesome.
Mm.
Netherlands is
Now,
a good place to fight at the minute as well. Sorry, Neutral, just
Yeah.
to interrupt you there, mate. But the Netherlands at the minute has got a lot of fights going on at the
Mm.
moment. You know, they have the GBM show with Itiazif and GBM, and they're starting to put some good shows together. Would the Netherlands be somewhere you'd like to fight, Jack?
Oh yeah, anywhere, anywhere, man. Like just getting as many countries as I can get in would be amazing.
Yeah, Russia, fucking Tajikistan, where our guy was from
Yeah.
tonight,
all right.
Gassiev, who's just knocked out. Sorry, the guy who Maxi Hughes just lost to, should I say, Usmanov.
Mm.
He's from Tajikistan, places like that, mate. They're always looking for the lighter boxers.
Yeah, anywhere, me. Anywhere that gets me out of the country, I'll go.
That sounds beautiful, man.
Tell you what,
Honestly, mate, I tell you, you said you put on weight. You look half the size of me in Neutral, you know what I mean? Like, literally, if this is you out of shape, mate, we're fucked Neutral, you know what I'm saying? We are cooked, bro. We are cooked.
yeah,
If this is the punk kid,
my ass weighs more
obese,
than
we're
a.
fucked, you know what I mean?
No, I mean, obviously, we know you, Jack. And to hear of this, and I mean, most of it was unbeknown to me, and you're in a group chat with us. It's just this testament how you've kept your business and you handled it. It's commendable. Fair play. When others, including myself, would probably be in jail right now.
Yeah.
I would be locked up. 100%.
And then you going, yeah, me and Jack, we're different. You on your bike, you. I know you. You'd be straight down there with a
I'd
machete
be
or
locked up,
something.
mate. I'd have my
Yeah.
little steely, trusty friend here come and
Look,
say hello to my little friend. You know what I mean?
Red Corner Security Services will be coming to you in
But I can't box like
2026.
Jack, so I just use bats instead.
Any of
You know
that
what I
trouble
mean?
will sort it out. Now, you said you mentioned you could be back as middle of next year. So you still got a good couple of years left in you yet, Jack. That you still feel pretty good. No major injuries, nothing niggling that could set you back. It's just a case of getting going.
Yeah, I've been super lucky my whole life, man. I've never broken a bone. I've never had a major injury. Like when people tell me they're like injury prone, it blows my mind. I don't understand it. Like, and I've been a very, very active kid playing all kinds of sports and obviously boxing since I was like 16 and never had a major injury. Like, and I don't live like the best life outside of boxing either. Like, I mean, I don't drink or nothing like that, but I eat. My eating habits are terrible and like very lazy sometimes, and I've never had an injury. So, and when I'm training, like, I'm always known as the fittest in the gym as well. Like no one can understand, and I don't even understand sometimes how I'm so fit. Like, but people are just like, mate, how do you even do it? Like you just like, on the bag, and I just go and go and go and go, and it's just like got bags sort of energy. Even at 30, like 33 now, I'll be 34 come May and I'm still an absolute machine when it comes to training, fitness, and everything. So, yeah,
Love it.
I remember watching an interview. Was it Glenn Johnson, the guy that fought Carl Frost? Yeah,
Glenkoff Johnson,
yeah. And he was like in his mid-40s, and people like, when will you retire? And he was like, when I slow
the
down.
road warrior.
Yeah, he was like, just when I slow down, he was like, I don't understand it, and I've kind of never understood it. Like, my body just feels like it will never slow down. Like I've just got energy upon energy upon energy, and I've never felt any difference since I was like in my 20s and teens to now. So yeah, man, I'm not saying I'm gonna fight until I'm like 45 or something, but like I just
Hey, mate, if the money's there, though,
yeah,
Jack,
if
if the
it's
money's
there, it's
there, bro,
there.
you know what I mean? You're still enjoying it. You've got
Yeah,
to change your name, though.
exactly.
It's got to be Jack Superfly Punk Kid Hughes.
Yeah.
That's what we need,
That's
bro.
it.
Jack the Superfly Punk Kid Hughes. That's what we
Yeah.
need, bro. Because you have the flamboyant hairstyles, you got the style. Let's get it,
All right.
brother. You know what I mean? Let's
He,
get it,
he,
man.
Let's get it.
You're
he's,
one of the
he's,
most enjoyable boxers, mate, to watch. You
Yeah,
give your
thanks,
all,
bro.
win, lose or draw. You don't give a fuck. You put it all on the line. You do it for your family. You do it for your religion. You're a top guy, mate. And honestly, nothing but the utmost respect for you.
Thanks, brother
Honestly,
Darren. I mean that, mate. Thank you.
God bless you,
Appreciate
my
that.
brother.
God bless.
Seriously.
God bless.
yeah. It's got to be said that again, the way you've handled it has been nothing short of amazing, and you've stayed positive, afterwards, and still looking to make plans. When I've spoken to people that would have fell apart, absolutely fell apart after what
Mate,
you've
I've
been
seen
through.
boxers folded from less, a lot less, a lot
Yeah.
less, a lot
So,
less.
if there's any promoters out there, tell them what Jack Hughes has to offer.
Everything, mate. Like I've always said this, yeah, and a lot of people, especially ones that know me, will agree with this. Though I'm not saying that I could ever be a world champion, but I could be an absolute superstar when it comes to boxing and media attention because I have everything. Like I've got the personality, I've got the style that people want to see. Like I've won fight of the year and everything. Like, I was never meant to
I
win
know.
fight of the year. Like what you think the British Board of Control just go around handing out these awards to little small
Nope.
people that can't sell tickets? I was never meant to be in that conversation, but somehow because of who I am and what I've done, and I got there. And funny enough, I met an old mate on the train today who I used to box with. So he was a pro as well, and he retired. And he was like, "Are you still boxing?" I was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "Mate, you was like, I remember you. Like, you were massive at one point." I'm still massive now, mate. Like,
Yeah, that's it, man. Not gone nowhere, bro. You know what
yeah,
I mean? You know the
like,
word that comes to my mind when I think of Jack Hughes?
yeah, go on.
Flamboyance.
Yeah,
Every time, mate. Every time I think of you, I think of flamboyance.
yeah.
The pink shorts, the mohawks, just the character. You know what I
Tailor
mean?
made
The
for
absolute.
America.
You don't give
Tailor
a
made.
fuck what anyone thinks. You are just yourself. You're flamboyant. You're God fearing. You're a family man. You're a nice guy. I've never seen you be rude to anyone. I
Yeah,
think the
No,
worst stick I've ever seen you give
this
is
is
to
what
this
I mean.
prick Thomas Murray.
I
You know what I
can't
mean?
yeah,
even imagine. I can't even imagine him angry because I want to be
You won't
angry
want to see
for
him
him.
angry.
Yeah, but
He'll
look,
come with a pink Mohican and beat the fuck out of you.
yeah,
You know what I'm
exactly. And
saying?
as I
That's what I
say,
mean. That's Jack Hughes, man. That's why I love the guy.
yeah.
as I said,
Superfly is Superfly, brother.
Taylor, absolutely tailor made for America, and it's this guy's loss at the end of the day, and what he promised you and what he didn't deliver. Because I know for a fact, if you had realized that dream and made a go of it over there, mate, Red Corner be doing a transatlantic interview with a superstar in America.
Absolutely.
Such would be the love and acceptance that Jack
He
Hughes would
would sell
get.
over there more than he does here.
Absolutely.
Jack would be massive
It's
in America. He'd be
if
massive.
100%.
there's
If they knew his character and his
if there,
personality, he
if
would be
there's one
huge over in
thing
the United States. Absolutely.
exactly, if
Completely
there's
agree
one
on that.
thing I
He's got
know
that
about
character.
Americans, yeah, there's one thing I know about Americans. They love self-belief,
They love
and
characters. They love
especially when you
characters.
play up
Someone
to it.
who's a little bit different, who's not afraid to express themselves, who doesn't hide behind signal virtualing or just being someone else's someone else. He literally tells them how it is, when it is, and how it is every single time. And that's what Jack does. And they would love him. Honestly, if he got his breakout fight over there, I'm telling you now, he'd probably get 100,000 subs in a day because he's that type of character.
Yeah,
Absolutely,
You really are, Jack.
absolutely.
Honestly, mate. I know we're glazing you, but honestly, it's so true, mate.
Bloody
You
right, and
really
all. He's a
would.
bloody
You
mate of
really
ours.
would.
yeah.
You
Thanks,
really
man. I
would, mate.
appreciate it.
They would love you over there. They would love you over there.
They would.
Mm.
I know they would, mate. I know they would. Yeah, it's a shame. It's a shame I never really got like kind of the platforms I felt like I deserved. I've always said it. I could be like the super flyweight Dave Allen. Like just that guy that everyone loved and wanted on
People's
shows.
champ.
Yeah,
People's
I've
champ.
always been that guy. Yeah, well, I could still be that
Absolutely.
guy if I
Hey,
get
Jack,
the
it's not
platform.
over yet, mate.
Yeah,
It's
it's
not
not
over
over
yet.
yet.
There's
Yeah,
still time. There's still time, mate. Honestly, you've still
yeah.
got it. You've still got your looks. You've got your health. You're still in great shape. You're still fighting. You've got everything you need, man. You just need someone who's not going to con you like that fucking Thomas Murray scumbag, and you
That's
can
it.
get there. You know what I
That's
mean? There's loads for you still at the top table. You just got to get in there and feed yourself, bro. That's all you got to do. Just keep pushing, pushing, pushing. You will get there, mate. You will get there. People like you deserve it. There's so many
Thanks, bro.
frauds out there, so many comments, so many people blagging boxing, like Tank Davis beating up women and shit. Real boxers like you, that's what we need to see at the top table. Keep
That's
pushing,
it,
man.
mate.
You will get there.
I will,
I
bro.
believe in
I
you. I
will.
genuinely do from the bottom of my heart.
Red
Thanks,
Corner will
mate.
be right
Appreciate
behind you.
it. Sweet, bro. Appreciate it.
All right, guys. Thank you very much for joining us, and Jack, for absolutely wonderful. You giving us your story in the last year. Obviously, gutted for you that you went through that, but there's light at the end of the tunnel. There's still
There
hopes
is.
and dreams, and there's still work to be done. And we hope to see you back in that ring sometime in the middle of next year, if not sooner. And please let us know when you do, because we'll make every effort to be there. If
Thanks,
not,
bro.
send
100%.
somebody that will be there to give you some love and support. But Jack, thank you very much, mate. It's not
Thank you,
easy, I
guys.
know, to tell your story,
Thank you,
but
bro.
we are very appreciative as always. That's Jack Hughes, ladies and gentlemen. And if you're new to Red Corner Boxing and you've just seen this interview for the first time or this channel, please give us a like and subscribe and press that bell for your notifications. We got content every day like these interviews. Tomorrow we got watch-alongs tomorrow night, no doubt. Sunday, we might have a show Sunday night. We might have a bit of an AJ rant Sunday night, Jams.
Yeah, we got the review show, and we're on Sir Chat a Lot of Boxing for the Jake Paul
see what I mean?
against Anthony Joshua
It
show. So
just
a little
doesn't
bit of a
stop.
gimmick. We've gone
It
from a
just
real
doesn't
boxer like Jack
stop.
to an absolute gimmick, but we'll take it. It gets the name out
I
there,
know.
gets the channel watch. We'll fucking take it. We'll take it.
Yeah, we'll do
But
it.
yeah, it's a
But
joke.
listen,
It's a joke.
fantastic stuff. Jack, we will be speaking to you very soon. We will be back tomorrow night, guys. This program is sponsored by EasyStories.com for all your local and nationwide needs, and of course, Boxing Fight Zone, boxing merchandise and clothing apparel partners. Check them all out in the bank. Links in the bio. Right, Jams, back to you, sir.
God bless you, brother Neutral. Jack, thank you so much, man. Honestly, everyone go follow Jack the Punk Kid Hughes on Facebook. He's on Instagram. He's on X. Get behind his journey. Make sure you follow a real boxer from the UK trying to do things for himself and his family. Make sure you get behind a real one. He really is one of the nicest guys in boxing. Jack, we love you, my brother. Take care. Thank you for your time, and we'll see y'all soon.
Thank you.
I'm moving. I'm going. I can't stop. I got motion. I'm moving. I'm going. Can't lose focus. I got motion. I'm moving. I'm going.
Red Corner Boxing.